All right, polynomial long division. Polynomial long division works a lot like regular division. So let's start out with just an example. Say x squared plus 3x plus 4, and let's divide that by, I don't know, x minus 2. All right, the thing that is being divided is called the dividend, and what you're dividing by is called, well, the divisor. So the divisor goes on the outside, the dividend goes on the inside. So here we have x squared plus 3x plus 4. Now I'm going to put you a quick note for this example that's not going to make sense right now, but it will for our rest of them. And here we need to make sure all powers are represented. All right, now what we mean by that is, since this starts at x squared, notice it goes from x squared to x and then no x's. So we have a column for every power of x in that polynomial. Now what we're doing is, you look at the thing with the highest degree on the outside and the thing with the highest degree on the inside. So I'm only looking at the x and the x squared. And you say, what do I have to multiply x by to be x squared? And of course the answer is x. You write that directly above there and then distribute. So I get x squared minus 2x. Now just like long division, we're going to subtract. Now this first term should always go away. X squared minus x squared is nothing. Here we have 3x. Now we got a lot of negatives, so 3x minus a negative is a plus. So 3x plus 2x is 5x, and we bring down the rest. And then you repeat. What do I have to multiply x by to be 5x? Well, that's 5, so you go plus 5 and distribute. So that gives me 5x minus 10 and subtract. 5x minus 5x goes away. That first thing always should. And again, here we have 4 minus a negative, so that's a plus. 4 plus 10 is 14. Now, since the degree down here is less than the degree that we're dividing by, this is our remainder. Now, for a remainder, you always go plus the remainder over the divisor, because this 14 still needs to be divided by the x minus 2. All right, notice that it's a lot like regular long division we do with numbers. So let's go ahead and just try another example. Let's see. All right, so let's say we got 2x cubed plus 5x minus 3, and let's divide that by x plus 1. All right, since we're dividing by the x plus 1 that goes on the outside, that's our divisor. Now on the inside here, notice this polynomial is missing the x squared term. So when we write this underneath, we need to put a placeholder for any x squared pieces that we might get. So I'm going to put no x squared right there. 5x minus 3. And then we do the same thing that we did before. What do I have to multiply x squared by to be 2x cubed? Well, that would be 2x squared and distribute. So that gives me 2x cubed plus 2x squared. Now notice, without that placeholder, I'd have nowhere to line up the x squareds. We distribute, then subtract. 2x squared minus 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is nothing. No x squareds minus 2x squareds is negative 2x squareds. And go ahead and you can always just bring down the rest. So let's go all the way in there. And then repeat. What do I have to multiply x by to be negative 2x squared? Well, that'd be a negative 2x. Distribute. Negative 2x squared minus 2x and subtract. Negative 2x squared, take away negative 2x squared is nothing. 5x minus a negative is a plus, so 5x plus 2x is 7x. Bring down the next piece. What do I have to multiply x by to be 7x? Well, that would be 7 and distribute. So that's 7x plus 1, 7x plus 7, sorry, and subtract. The 7x's go away. Negative 3 minus 7 is negative 10. All right, so that's our remainder. That still needs to be divided by the x plus 1, so generally just go plus negative 10 over x plus 1. All right, so 2x cubed plus 5x minus 3 divided by x plus 1 is 2x squared minus 2x plus 7 plus negative 10 over x plus 1. All right, let's try another example real quick. Let's see here. Let me give you this one to try. So this one's going to be yours. Let's do, we go x squared plus x minus 6. Let's divide that by x plus 3. All right, hit pause in the video, take a second and see if you can come up with the answer. All right, if you're back, let's see what we got. The x plus 3 goes on the inside. The x squared plus x minus 6 goes on the outside. So what do I have to multiply x by to be x squared? It's x distributes, so that gives me x squared plus 3x, and then we subtract. The x squareds go away. X minus 3x is negative 2x. Bring down the minus 6. What do I have to multiply x by to be negative 2x? That's minus 2. Distribute. That's negative 2x minus 6. And when we subtract, we get 0. Which means x plus 3 goes into x squared plus x minus 6 evenly, and it goes in x minus 2 times. Now remember the relationship between all these. Since x plus 3 goes into x squared plus x minus 6 this many times, that also means that x plus 3 times x minus 2 is x squared plus x minus 6. All right, so we can see if it goes in evenly, we've actually managed to factor that original polynomial because we found two factors that go evenly into that polynomial. All right, let's take a look at one more example, maybe a little bit more difficult than this one. Let's start out with x to the 4th plus 2x cubed minus x squared plus 3 divided by, let's do x squared minus 1. All right, so again, this one's a lot harder than the last one you tried, so hit pause, see how we can do on here. Make sure that if you have any missing powers in here that you're putting zeros in underneath the division bar. So hit pause and give it a shot. All right, so let's see how we did. X squared minus 1 into, I have x to the 4th plus 2x cubed minus x squared plus, well, I don't have any x's, so no x, plus 3. All right, so what do I have to multiply x squared by to be x to the 4th? That would be x squared, and we distribute, so that gives me x to the 4th minus x squared. So since we're talking about x squared, make sure that you line that up underneath the x squared. So let's subtract. So x to the 4th minus x to the 4th goes away. 2x cubed minus nothing is 2x cubed. Negative x squared minus negative x squared goes away. So that's none of those. So we have no x squareds, no x's, plus 3. And let's repeat. What do I have to multiply x squared by to be 2x cubed? Well, that would be 2x. Distribute, so that's 2x cubed minus 2x. Line those up underneath the x's and subtract. 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is nothing. No x squareds. Here we get a no x's minus the negatives plus, so that's 2x. Bring down the next term, that is 3. All right, since the degree down here is lower than the degree that we're dividing by, that is our remainder. All of that is our remainder. So you go plus the remainder over x squared minus 1. All right, so that's the result you should have got when you did this. So always make sure that you have any missing powers, that you put a placeholder in there so you have a place to line up all the powers when you're multiplying. Other than that, you notice it works a lot like regular long division.